This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Well, thunderstorms have developed in central Indiana, making this a Storm Team 6 alert day. Good evening. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino. Let's get right over to Kevin for the latest with this. Kevin.
And no severe storms now, and I think this has been the kind of day where we could all use the chance to see a rainbow. This over downtown Indianapolis with some rain that moved through already. Notice the absence of activity. No severe storms within the state. You've got departing area of thunderstorms in southeast Indiana, south of Seymour and Bedford. Those will continue to slide away. Then we'll inherit this little cluster of thunderstorms as they move to the north and east. Williamsport, Attica will cross the Wabash River and cross Interstate 74. That's non-severe at this time. The severe threat is low. It's not non-existent, but low between now and say 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Temperatures, they're in the 50s. You can see a little break in the cloud cover on the western horizon. Pick up the timeline, 9 to 11, showers around, isolated thunderstorms, and then the cooler air will start to sweep into central Indiana. That wind will be stronger and colder through the overnight hours.
And so much happening tonight as the coronavirus continues to spread here in Indiana and across the world.
Yeah, tonight a growing list of events and schools that are canceling or closing. Just a short time ago, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett and Marion County Health Department Director Virginia Kane ordered all city and county public schools to close by Monday. The closures will remain in effect until at least April 5th. The mayor also promised families that rely on IPS for free food meals programs that service will not be interrupted.
As so many of you know and appreciate, the closure of a school does not simply mean lost class time. For many of our students, it has the potential to mean lost meals. That's why, working with Dr. Alicia Johnson and all of our other superintendents, I am pledging the full support of the city-county government toward ensuring that meals continue to be available throughout this school closure period.
Well, after the announcement, IPS Superintendent Alicia Johnson explained some of the district's plans for distributing free meals while schools are closed.
So starting tomorrow, we'll have at least 7 sites set up where families can come and get those grab-and-go meals. Those will be set up outside of our buildings, again, given the circumstance of trying to ensure that we are mitigating against this illness. We will also be deploying our what we call Bus Stop Cafe, which is a mobile food service unit, to a number of homeless shelters and apartment complexes where we know some of our most vulnerable students are, to ensure that they're able to be served.
Mayor Hogsett also announced any city employees able to work from home should do so starting on Monday, and the mayor limited public gatherings to no more than 250 people. Governor Holcomb today also called for the same public gathering restriction. We're also learning Zionsville, Western Boone, Lebanon community schools, they'll all close tomorrow through March 20th. Southern Hancock schools have just closed until April 6th. Cathedral High School has suspended in-person classes immediately, and e-learning will begin March 16th. All Wayne County schools, both public and private, will close March 23rd. On top of that, Park Tudor and the Orchard School, both on Indy's north side, closed today. Avon schools closed earlier this week.
And taking a look at the latest numbers on how the outbreak is impacting the Hoosier State, we are now up to 13 confirmed cases. The State Health Department today confirmed a second case in Marion County, and the Hancock County Sheriff's Department reported today a member of the jail staff tested positive for COVID-19. That person is at home and in self-quarantine. The counties with confirmed cases now are Adams, Boone, Hendricks, Howard, Johnson, Marion, Noble, and St. Joseph. There won't be any March Madness this year. The NCAA just announced that all winter and spring championships for this academic year have been canceled, which includes the men's and women's basketball tournaments, which were set to begin next week. The move was made as coronavirus cases spread nationally. The announcement also comes as MLB, MLS, NHL, and NBA all have decided to postpone games indefinitely. And a lot of people were already in town for the Big Ten tournament.
But earlier today, just before tip-off at noon, officials decided to cancel that tournament as well. Now fans in several downtown businesses are left in limbo. Restaurants and hotels were hoping to cash in on a big sports weekend, but some fans say they understand the Big Ten's decision to cancel the tournament.
I definitely understand it. You know, we don't really know what the potential is for the coronavirus. So, the whole social distancing thing, probably better to be safe than sorry. Kind of try to get out in front of it, I think, is probably the best.
Disappointed, but still going to party down here in Indy. It's a pretty nice city.
Big Ten officials say fans who bought tickets to the tournament will get refunds. They're advised to contact the original place they brought them, like Ticketmaster or Bankers Life, for more information.
The city of Greenwood says it will close its community center beginning at 6 p.m. tomorrow. The facility will remain closed until at least Monday, March 30th. Officials say the decision is out of an abundance of caution. They say there are no known cases of COVID-19 linked to the community center. Any room rental fees will be refunded or credited for future use.
We know there's a lot of information to absorb as we all deal with the threat of the coronavirus, and that's why you'll want to tune into a special report Friday here at 7 o'clock, Coronavirus, the Facts. Our Scripps national team has been asking the questions you want answered. Again, that's Friday at 7 right here on RTV6.
And health officials say the best way to guard against this virus is to learn about it. We have compiled everything you need to know about COVID-19 for you in one spot. Just head to theindychannel.com/coronavirus.
New developments now in a high-profile murder case. The man police say shot and killed an Indianapolis doctor at his Northwest Side home has just been sentenced to 50 years in prison. 19-year-old Devon Seats was 16 when Dr. Kevin Rogers was murdered during an attempted home robbery in 2017. 3 other suspects, all teenagers at the time, pleaded guilty to lesser charges and have already been sentenced. Seats also agreed to plead guilty to a murder charge and then changed his mind, but a judge later ruled his plea could not be withdrawn. Police say Dr. Rogers was home and confronted the 4 people when they broke in. Someone shot him, and his wife found his body when she came home.
RTV6 is working for you, asking tough questions and getting results that affect drivers who park at meters downtown or in Broad Ripple. It comes after a driver reached out to RTV6 saying she was issued a ticket when she still had over an hour of paid time left. Tonight, our Nicole Griffin is finding out why this happened and if it's a bigger issue that's impacting more drivers.
It's frustrating. You tried to do the right thing, but it didn't really matter.
Julia Hopp went to Broad Ripple on a Saturday afternoon. She paid for 2 hours at the parking meter, but she says after 40 minutes, there was a ticket on her friend's car.
We went up and touched the meter. Maybe my car didn't run, but there's an hour and 20 minutes.
She says the Park Indy employee was still in the area, so they took a picture of the ticket and the remaining time on the meter and asked why they got a citation.
He was nice enough to look. He looked and he was going to take it off if his machine did not say it had expired, but it said it had expired. Even though we had a time-stamped photo, it didn't matter.
I reached out to Park Indy and they tell me the ticket was an enforcement oversight and issued in error. I asked how this type of thing could happen, and they tell me the employee was either new or recently hired. Park Indy is now in the process of retracting the ticket.
So it kind of defeats the purpose of even having it. Why have a system? And he basically said, no, I don't touch the meters to make sure, because I have to go buy my machine no matter what it says.
Julia says that her biggest concern now is that the employee told her this happens often.
This happens downtown. This happens in Broad Ripple constantly.
Park Indy says they are not aware of an ongoing issue and they have processes in place to minimize mistakes and assist customers if they receive a ticket in error. I asked how many other tickets issued by the same employee were also a mistake. They say, including this one, a total of 3. And they are now withdrawing those tickets. Park Indy sent me this screenshot showing Julia has a 0 balance for her citation. Working for you in Broad Ripple, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
And we wanted to find out the process parking employees go through when issuing a ticket. A spokeswoman says Denison parking ambassadors are supposed to use viral verification at single-space meters. For all other payments, at the kiosk or through the app, they check with their handheld devices. All that info is stored in the cloud in real time, which they say helps limit mistakes or errors.
Now, just ahead, President Trump provides more information on how his administration plans to curb the coronavirus outbreak in the U.S.
Plus, how do you know if you have coronavirus or the common cold? We'll break it down for you when the news continues at 7.
Special report, Coronavirus, the Facts.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Today, we learned President Trump himself may have come into contact with a man who tested positive for the coronavirus.
Trump says he is not worried, but with more than 1,300 cases nationwide, lawmakers now scrambling to contain the outbreak and mitigate its impact. ABC's Inez de la Cuartera has more from Washington.
Even as President Trump tries to reassure the nation,
I think it's going to work out very well for everybody.
The COVID-19 pandemic inching closer to the White House. A Brazilian official who met with Trump and the vice president, seen here on the right in this photo from last week, now testing positive for the virus.
We'll find out what happens. I guess they're being tested right now. Let's put it this way, I'm not concerned.
But amid growing public anxiety, Trump announcing drastic new measures to fight the outbreak, calling for a series of stimulus measures to help the economy. Today, trading was halted for the second time this week as financial markets continue to tumble.
The president used the biggest weapon that a president has, that primetime Oval Office speech last night, to try to calm the markets. It does not appear to have worked.
Trump also banning travel from most of Europe to the U.S. for the next 30 days. The U.S. citizens and permanent residents will not be affected. That announcement causing confusion. The European Union responding overnight, slamming the measure as a unilateral decision taken without consultation.
We had to make a decision, and I didn't want to take time, and it takes a long time to make the individual call.
While Congress scrambles to pass a new COVID-19 relief bill, next week's Senate recess now canceled.
Right now, we have to find our common ground, work together to get this done as soon as possible.
And former Vice President Joe Biden releasing his own plan to deal with the outbreak.
And it's critical to mounting an effective national response that will save lives, protect our frontline health workers, slow the spread of the virus. Anyone who needs to be tested based on medical guidance should be tested at no charge.
The pandemic also bringing the 2020 campaign to a halt. Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders will still face off on Sunday for the first one-on-one debate of the primary season, but there will be no live audience to watch. Inez de la Cuartera, ABC News, Washington.
Well, your favorite morning beverage may be in jeopardy due to coronavirus. Starbucks CEO Kevin Johnson announced Starbucks may take measures to protect employees and customers by keeping only its drive-thrus open. The coffee chain is also prepared to restrict ordering to the app for pickup or delivery. As a last resort, Starbucks may temporarily close stores. In the meantime, locations may limit seating inside to encourage social distancing. Starbucks put many of these measures in place in China, the epicenter of the outbreak, but since then it has reopened almost all of its locations.
Cities around the world are canceling their St. Patrick's Day parades due to coronavirus concerns, and today Indianapolis joined the growing list. The 40th annual parade was scheduled for tomorrow. The greening of the canal that was supposed to take place about now and Saturday's Shamrock Run Walk are also canceled. Upcoming concerts in Indianapolis are also being impacted. Singer Michael Bublé is postponing all concerts between March 17th and April 5th. So that includes his April 1st event at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. A new date will be announced shortly. Hang on to your tickets. And country singers Dan and Shay are postponing and rescheduling the spring leg of their tour. That also includes Indianapolis. Their April 16th concert at Bankers Life Fieldhouse is now rescheduled for October 5th. Your tickets will be honored for that show, or refunds will be given if you can't make it.
So what is the difference between COVID-19 and the common cold and the flu? Well, this chart from the Cleveland Clinic and CDC sums it up. With coronavirus, you could have a sore throat, cough, fever, body aches, and tiredness. With a cold, you usually won't have a fever. And the flu, you will have all of the same symptoms as coronavirus, except headaches and sneezing are common with the flu, but not typically found in coronavirus cases.
Coming up, a life and death battle between a deputy and a mountain lion. We'll tell you what happened.
And a pocket of heavy rain, an isolated thunderstorm entering western Indiana, rolling through Covington. It will move between Williamsport and Petersburg. We'll find others and unveil a big change ahead.
Plus, 12 months, no payments or interest.
A terrifying scene caught on camera in Colorado. A mountain lion attacking a sheriff's deputy. It happened at an RV park. You can see the deputy trying to fight off the lion while she was on the ground. The cat eventually runs away. Moments earlier, it had attacked another person who lives in the RV park. The deputy and the other person attacked are expected to be okay. As for the mountain lion, it was shot multiple times and eventually died near the home.
Oh, no, thank you. All right. Automated driver assistance systems are popping up in more cars, and now one group is calling for more more regulation. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety points to systems like autopilot and Super Cruise. It says the systems are increasing the risk of crashes because drivers take their eyes off the road. Car companies that offer some of these technologies say they're only meant to be used on certain streets or highways.
Kevin Gregory joins us now with the weather. We've been tracking a lot of things moving, Kevin.
It's quite a day, quite the last 48 hours as far as everything going on. So we're in transition to much colder temperatures. Thunderstorms mark the transition. So far, we've done that without any severe weather in the Hoosier State. Okay, looking to the west, you see some bright spots there. Those will be covered up as clouds roll back in, but at least some late day sunshine in spots. To talk about the transition, this will show you. Today we hit 59. That was just after noon. And look where we'll be on Saturday, only 39. That will come with some snow mixing with rain. 56 is where Indianapolis sits right now, western Indiana, where you've got thunderstorms moving into Warren and Fountain County. I'll show that to you in a second. Temperatures in the 50s. If you look at all of central Indiana, not many of us are seeing rain at this time. The large shield of showers and thunderstorms has exited to the south and east. We've got one developing downpour here, not far from the airport on the southwest side of Indianapolis. Will come into Marion County. Rain between Frankfort and Lebanon, lifting up toward Tipton. Will cross Sheridan in Hamilton County. Here's some thunder with area Covington, Veedersburg, Williamsport, and Attica. Then it's kind of fanning out, and you begin to see some more near Waynetown and Linden in the northern portion, then in Montgomery County, crossing 231. The strongest storms and the most likely spot for continued severe weather, or the threat of that, will be south of the Ohio River, but anywhere up to Interstate 64, maybe a little north, still the risk for some strong storms. The risk is low and getting lower as we go through the night, so I don't anticipate this to be a lingering problem. You'll be able to get a good night's sleep. Colder temperatures will move in. 9 o'clock tonight, showers, some thunder showers still in the eastern portion of the state, and additional showers will quickly wind down, and then see that motion from northwest to southeast. That's the colder northwest wind drying things out and cooling us off. Overnight winds will start to gust 25 to 30 miles per hour right before the early morning hours or before the morning drive on Friday. Temperature 42 at noon. We'll stay in the 40s tomorrow, but it will be dry with some sunshine. There are the afternoon readings to finish the work week. Cooler, but not the coolest in the forecast. That shows up Saturday, 39 degrees, snow mixing with rain. Sunshine is back in a big way on Sunday. There's your mix through the day on Saturday. If we see any accumulating snow, it would be mainly on grassy surfaces, maybe your deck, but should be melting on contact with the roadways with temperatures above freezing. Sunny 47 Sunday as we get to St. Patrick's Day. 40% chance of rain, 58. Still the chance for rain as we move to 60 or above Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
So we're still on a little bit of a roller coaster when it comes to temperatures.
We are, yes. All aboard.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Call or visit bathfitter.com.
Reading to children can have a huge impact on their development, and experts say that's especially true for babies in the neonatal intensive care units.
And that's why a Northern Indiana hospital has launched a reading library for NICU families. Doctors say premature infants are at an especially high risk of language delays, and reading is one of the ways, especially reading by parents, that can help improve their outcomes. St. Joseph Medical Center in Mishawaka has a NICU library for parents. Officials say it helps moms and dads bond with their babies.
NICU can be a really stressful place for parents and for babies, and we get that. It's hard. You're here because your baby's sick. And so we want to make this the most positive experience that it can be.
Officials say people in the community have pitched in by donating books.
And good to see. What a great way to do that.
A few rain showers, maybe rumble with thunder, but the isolated thunderstorms at this point, that's what they are, through Covington, Veedersburg, then over toward Lebanon and Noblesville. That area will move to the north. As we tiptoe into severe weather season, don't forget Storm Shield app. It's free. It acts as a weather radio. It will wake you up in the middle of the night if you ever need that. It's a great tool.
And again, it's free.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you here at 11.